Hello and welcome to Surplus School. Today we're going to talk about the power of silence. How successful people win with this superpower. If you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button for more life-amazing videos. Now let's get into it. Not every successful person is famous. Some of them stay away from the limelight, and most of them have been like that even when they were still working their way to the top. Number 1. Smart decisions. When someone invites you to a party, or simply to spend time with new friends, do you immediately say yes? Do you get carried away and just start nodding right away? If you used to do what was mentioned above, then it might have caused you trouble a couple of times too. If only it took some time before giving an answer, then maybe you wouldn't have to keep your word. Because the party was not part of your plan, you'd have to move your schedule just to be able to make it to the event. You don't want to do this over and over again. You have to keep your priorities straight and know what to put first if ever you are given a chance to choose. If asked to go to a party, or if someone asks you a favor, do not answer right away. This is where silence helps. It helps you think. You will weigh your options and you would know which things can be affected if you put something that was not originally part of a plan. You might have seen things like this in movies or TV shows where the characters keep quiet for a couple of minutes and think. Leaders and successful people do this as well. Number 2. Keeping your word. If you value your silence and your time to think, you'd make better choices in turn. You become a trustworthy person. Much like the first one that was mentioned, when people know that you think before you talk, and that you don't commit if you know you won't be able to keep your word, they learn to trust you. This is very good for your image, especially if you're a leader, maybe at school or at work. Don't think that you always have to talk to gain people's trust. If you look at successful people or people who manage a lot of people, they keep their silence. When you look at a quiet person, you'd wonder what is going on in their minds, so when they talk, you make sure to pay attention to what they're saying. If you apply this yourself, you will see how effective it is. Number 3. Straight to the point. You might have heard someone say a lot of things when they are trying to sell you something. It is because they think more is better. They think that if they tell you a lot of things, they can get you to buy something. So they do this strategy even if the truth is, they just keep saying the same things over and over again. You, on the other hand, don't have to do something like this. Value your silence and keep your statement short and straight to the point. While the person listening to you is still interested, you have to say what you mean. Chances are, if you keep talking and talking without making sense, you will lose them in the middle of your conversation. Number 4. Healthy mind. How many people do you have to talk to every day? How many things do you have to deal with every now and then? It is very easy to get overwhelmed when the noise is too loud. When you're surrounded by people and you have to listen to them rant about something. Even if it's a problem that you eventually have to deal with, like work, family problems, or something at school, there's just too much one can take. It is easy to lose track of time, lose your way, and sometimes even lose yourself with a lot of things going on. Silence is such a gift in times like these. You can use it to remind you of your original plans. Silence is the gift you reserve for yourself when things get too much. It is a necessity even for the busiest people. Achieving a state of wakeful relaxation requires just 3 simple things, according to a 2016 study in the Annals of the New York Academy of Sciences. First, find somewhere comfortable to sit. Free yourself from distractions, then gently close your eyes. Over time, you will get used to the silence and find comfort in it. Number 5. Focus. You know by now how silence is helpful for decision making and your relationship with other people. But do you know it is also helpful for you in terms of concentration? Focus is an incredibly important part of decision making. When you feel restless and there's too much noise inside your head and additional noise outside, it affects your ability to focus. Distraction is another problem, as it takes your attention away from what is important. Silence offers you something that these things can't. It helps you concentrate and deal with things. You will see your goal clearly, and it is easier to set your priorities straight without distraction. A 2012 study from the Journal of Neuroscience found that people who sit in silence on a regular basis had many cognitive advantages over people who don't. So try this and see how it benefits you and your ability to focus. Number 6. Knowing yourself more. You think that to know yourself more, you should keep doing something or keep talking. But this is not the case for everyone. Sometimes you have to drop everything and stay in silence. When you stay in silence for a couple of minutes, even a couple of hours, you hear the voices in your head. You don't have to be scared of these voices because they are yours. You own them. At first, maybe they will be doubtful voices saying that you can't do anything. They will undermine your decisions or your ideas. But this is because you are not used to them. At least not yet. In time, you will learn to control these voices. You will hear the negative side of them, and then you will know which part of yourself still has doubts. You can learn from this and use it to do better. Once you're used to them, you will gain the upper hand. You will be able to control these voices to your liking. You can make them positive voices pushing you to move forward. You can build your self-confidence, and when the voices in you give you enough strength, then it won't matter if the noise outside tries to bring you down. Because you know something that they don't. You know yourself better than anyone else. This should give you enough confidence to know that there is nothing that you can't do. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from it. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching.